crafting something out of, separate ingredients and turn it into something that like a lot of people enjoy. I really enjoy like being able to sit back and watch people drink something that we've made that they truly love and get excited about, that we had our hands and from start to finish we created this. So it feels really good to see people enjoy something that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into and made, and it's a nice thing. It's kind of reassuring, to see people enjoy something you make. I'm Donald Atwell. I'm the owner, brewmaster here of Intracoastal Brewing Company in Melbourne, Florida. Well, we opened our doors in 2013, and it was had been homebrewing for quite a few years before that. But actually, we started in 2013, but we actually incorporated, I want to say, 3 years earlier, so it took us a while to get open. I've always loved to cook. I have a passion for cooking and I wanted to be a chef, I thought, but then I went a little different route. And brewing was a way I could use creativity for food and stuff, but instead put it into beer, and it just was a good way to get my passion for different flavors and things like that. Like food, I think food plays really well with beer. Instead of just pairing it, I think it does well inside of beer as well. I think there's a lot of ways to use it in different recipes, and it gives it more creative way to taste food and beer. It's kind of neat. We try to see what's popular and what people really like, and try to can those, because we want to we also put them on tap usually. But we want people to be able to try some of our more exotic fun beers that over the years people have really came to like and appreciate, and they keep asking for it more and more and more, so we like to can those. We're pushing almost 700 recipes in 6.5 years, so we've done a lot of different recipes. So I'd say we're always rotating beers, so you may have had something last week you liked, and it may be off the next week, and you're like, where did that go? But there's gonna be something else that you're gonna like. So we try to keep the menu constantly changing. We have a few cores, but other than that, we constantly rotate the menu and get new, exciting things in. Brewing is very mathematical. Like you said, percentages and the water, everything's got percentages, water, the minerality, all that. It's all based on numbers and math. So it's didn't really go to school for it. You can, but I didn't go to school. I was self-taught on the brewing side. So basically, a normal day we walk in. Usually we have the grain already ready to go the day before. So we actually walk in, get the equipment set up, warmed up and everything, and then we'll start the actual brew cycle. So, from start to finish, the brew cycle takes, 6-7 hours, and then we'll, transfer into the fermenter and pitch the yeast, and by then it's, rocking and rolling. So usually single brew is about an 8-hour day, 7 to 8 hours for an actual single brew. Double days, about 12, 13-hour days. Average beers for normal beers, around 2 weeks. Like I said, some are, a couple of years, some could be a tiny bit faster, but our average is around 2 weeks for a normal white beer. We don't really do small scale brewing anymore. Used to have a little 3-barrel system, that's what we did it on. But now we do the full size system for everything. We don't have a pilot system, so it's every batch we do 15 barrels or more, up to 25 or 24 barrels. I think the whole brewing process, there's a lot of it, especially when you're starting the boil or the mash in, it's warm. You see the grain and everything, and you're standing there. It's very zen-like. I don't know. You kind of get lost in the groove, and it's just kind of fun just to be there, going through that process. I think being able to handcraft, and literally touch and feel the ingredients, versus just pushing a button like manufacturing. I think it means a lot more to me to be able to touch it, see it, feel it, and create it. Like that. And I think you get a lot more hyper-local. People are now understanding the whole hyper-local movement, where they want to know this beer was produced on site right here. Everything you drink here was produced here. I guess it's neat to have that for people to, sit here, drink a beer that was made, 50 feet away. So I think that's kind of a neat thing that people are really getting into and really appreciating now. They want to know, where it's from, versus you see names on the shelves, but this beer was made here, and you're sitting here drinking it on site. So I think that's kind of a nice thing to have. We looked around other places because we weren't sure where we wanted to be, and then once we found this area, we were like, it's perfect. It just made sense. The arts district, and it was trying to grow, and we could actually help help it grow, become a bigger community. So actually was the perfect spot. Once we came here, we realized this is where we wanted to be for sure. From day one, John Kyle and myself, our goal was to be part of the community. That was our goal. We wanted to be the local community brewery, not just some big massive brewery that goes, all over the state, all over the United States. We wanted to have this true community feeling, so people almost feel like they have ownership in it. So from day one, it's always been community, community, community. We do a lot of events for the community, a lot of donations, things like that. We try to get involved with anything in the Eau Gallie area. And it's just been great because people have flocked here, and the beer garden, like you said, it's multiple ages, young, older, it doesn't matter, and everybody comes together. And we did the tables on purposely side by side. That way you had to sit with people maybe you didn't know, so it kind of coerces you to actually talk to people and become friends. And we have many people talk about they've had friendships grow because of this place. Actually, even a couple of people got married that met here. So it's kind of a neat way to bring the community into everything. We kind of keep people involved with in this brewery, so therefore it's not like an industrial. You got that sense of your home brewery. So it kind of seems to keep people coming back and back and back instead of just, oh, I've been there, so I don't need to go back. We're trying to keep people in the doors, like different stuff. It's much more laid back, and it seems to be more community focused versus just like a bar scene. I think we would like to keep it still a craft brewery, and I know that can be huge, but I think once you lose your sense of community, it kind of seems like you have gotten too big, and I kind of want to always keep that sense of community, and that they don't feel like we're corporate. We are a part of the community.